Hi, my name's Megan Gleason. I'm a sophomore at the University of Oregon and a campaign coordinator for Climate Justice League's Take Back the Tap campaign.
So tell me a little bit about what you do for Take Back the Tap.
So I am the campus coordinator for a group called Food and Water Watch, which is a national organization that kind of empowers students at universities across America to take this sustainability initiative up on their own campuses, which is to basically put education policies in place and also just a major policy in place to ban bottled water on campuses.
Do you think students play a large role in the sustainability movement?
I really do. I think, especially at U of O, we have a really big kind of coalition of different sustainability groups on campus, and I think that grassroots organizing kind of empowers students to start these dialogues with administration about sustainability initiatives. And that's part of the work I do with Climate Justice League and Take Back the Tap. I meet with Vice President Robin Holmes, President Gottfredson, different administrators in housing, and it teaches you a lot because they're impossible to meet with in the first place. It takes like forever just to get a meeting with them, and then once you do meet with them, you have to know your shit and you have to be prepared. But if you come like that and you go at this meetings, you make usually really important progress that can help you institutionalize education campaigns like we're doing right now.
What else do students do on the state and national level in terms of sustainability?
So I mean, there are projects, just not even in America, but like in the globe. Like there are national conferences like Power Shift that gets tens of thousands of students to come, and they have a regional one at U of O. They have one that happens in D.C. They have one that happens in countries across the world, and these just really get students together, listen to panels, lecturers, and grassroots organizing trainings, just to connect with the different projects that are going on, across the world. Some of these have to do with water rights, water privatization. Some of these have to do with the tar sands blockade and coal. No Coal Eugene is a local movement we have right here. We also have different things about corporate personhood, which can be more political, but I think can have severe impact, like environmental impacts, and youth understand this.
Where do you think these sustainability movements would be without students?
A lot of people know that the pressure goes on the younger generation to kind of push this generation forward. I definitely think this is true with the environmental movement, just as it's been true with other civil rights movements in the past. I also, I find a lot of connections between the environmental movement and the gay liberation movement, and just seeing youth pressure, youth vote, youth education, and how it's affecting everyone in the country, both, starting environmental dialogues, but also, with other civil rights dialogues. I think we can definitely see it, and its effects on policy. And, even with this current president, I think we're seeing some major improvements with both those topics.
Can you speak to some of the tactics that you use on campus and elsewhere in terms of putting pressure on decision makers?
Yeah, and it's very situational, but sometimes, like earlier this year, we had to be pretty aggressive, and it was because we've been educating students for 3 years and meeting with administration and just really receiving vetoes after veto and just delay after delay on their side. And
for Take Back the Tap?
For Take Back the Tap. And so we eventually had to say, look, you claim that you want to meet with us, but nothing's actually happening with meetings, That's what we said to Vice President Robin Holmes and the President and other members of the executive leadership team. So we went to Johnson Hall during their meetings at 8 in the morning on Mondays and mic checked them. Something I learned from another group, UO SLAP, on campus. But basically it was just bringing a group of students and letting them know with our voices, making our voices being heard, our message, which is that you cannot ignore the 72% of students and 85% of faculty that support going bottled water free, and that's exactly what they were doing.
Do you think the types of tactics that you use have come from tactics used by the civil rights movement?
You know, I do, and I think I was interviewed by a woman from the Oregon Quarterly who was interested in kind of making this connection between activism then and now, and I think the tactics are the same. I think they might be smaller scale because I think there's so much information out there that it's really hard to get students, especially who are busy with school and stuff, really invested and engaged enough to participate in direct action tactics, especially when there's a possibility of being arrested. But I think these are tactics that have been used for decades, and I think they have a really important place in activism for environmentalism and for other civil rights movements.
Thank you.